Good morning, everybody. Silas back again today. We made it over here to start working, and it poured down rain all night, and I wasn't even thinking, but this place is surrounded on all sides by railroad tracks, so it is just a muddy, flooded mess in here. There's nowhere for the water to run. So as you can see, this is completely underwater. Just walking on it by foot is leaving 3-inch deep tracks. So if I drive that beast on it, it's just going to completely destroy this ground. So I'm probably not going to be able to drive on it much today. I'm already over here with the trailer. Sean's here with the trailer, so we're going to load something up. But I'm not going to waste a trip over here for nothing, but probably won't be able to do a whole lot of work like I was wanting to do. So I'm probably going to have to wait till Monday now to come in here and finish processing these cars. I want to kind of remind you guys that the guy that had this place is retiring and he was selling it out, and so if we didn't buy it, he would have just sold it to the next guy, and the next guy wouldn't save as much as I'm saving. So I've had a lot of people get really salty with me. The first video of this place posted last night, and I've had a lot of very upset people with me, almost as upset as the people that got mad about me saying Jeeps were junk. That was pretty funny. I couldn't believe all the Jeep fanboys that came out of the woodwork over that one, but that's okay. I love Jeeps too. But anyway, I do love old cars, but it is not realistically feasible for me to take all these things home. There's just no way possible. It's an hour and a half to 2 hour round trip to take each car home. And so it would take me 3 months to take these cars home. And yeah, there might be $20 and $30 pieces of chrome that might sell sometime in the next 5 years on these cars, next 20 years, next however long. But realistically speaking, the world doesn't work like that. So I'm saving as much as I can save that I know I have a market for and that I know is worth saving. That way I can preserve some of the cars, but yet economically I don't run the business into the ground. Because I mean, if I was a multi-billionaire, yeah, you bet I'd save everything, but it doesn't work like that, and I'm not going to bankrupt myself just to make some people on the internet happy, you know. But enough talk. Last night, the guy that we bought this place from told me there's a car over here in the lean-to that goes as well. I didn't realize it was in there. He had said something about it, but then I'd forgotten about it. But last night he told me what it was, and so we're going to go check that out. I have not seen it yet. I do not know what to expect. It could be cool, or it could just be more junk. I don't know. We'll find out here in just a second. This side over here is perfectly fine. I could drive on this no problem. And this ground is actually lower than that ground, but because that ground is encased by railroad tracks, there's nowhere for the water to go, and it's just absolute muddy nightmare over there. I wish I would have thought of that. I wouldn't have come over here today, but oh well, it is what it is. He said it's inside this lean-to, so we're going to find out together what it is exactly. There it is. Oh my. Studebaker Avanti. I think I'm saying that right. I really don't have a clue how to say it. Looks like it has a broken window on it. Interior's gone out of it. Wow, I have never had one of these before. That is too cool. And he said something about a bunch of parts in here went too, so I don't know what parts he's talking about. I assume it's these parts that are laying around up in here in the rafters. These doors and whatnot. Man, check that out. See if there's a hood in it, or a hood. See if there's a motor in it. Yep, there's the motor. Looks like the intake's gone. But other than that, still complete. Looks like it must have had an engine fire at some point. These cars are made out of fiberglass. The body is kind of like a Corvette. Yeah, it makes them real light. This car almost saved Studebaker, but it was too little, too late. But yeah, it's been pretty warm at some point. I don't know if it was close to a fire or if it was on fire. Not a bit of rust in it. That's a joke. I know if I don't say that's a joke, I'll have a bunch of people on there telling me how stupid I am. Man, look at those. It's got the miles per hour. It's got the tack. It's got the whole 9 yards on it. Yeah, that windshield's all bubbled, so this thing must have been right next to a fire. That's probably why these windows busted out, because if glass gets too hot and then cools down too fast, it just splatters. Man, I have never even seen one of these in person before, so this is a pretty cool experience. If I can squeeze through here. Wow. back here just kind of killing time since it's a mud pit, and I discovered this. I didn't even know this was back here. Studebaker, I believe it's a Commander. Check that out. It's got the fenders here as well. That's pretty cool. Just kind of getting the game plan of what we're going to do. Looking through junk. Well, there's a cool trunk lid right there. Studebaker. We got this whole thing clear full of hubcaps. There's a Dodge hubcap. Yeah, we'll just take this whole truck bed home, throw something over the top of it to hold it all in. Here's another Champion fender. That's got a unique look to it. We'll probably hang on to that. How it just swoops down in the front.
Now if we can just find the other one.
Oh, found a fin.
Unbolt fin.
Huh. So I guess a couple of these engines go as well, just the V8s. He said the 6-cylinder came out of what's called a Weasel. And that's sold already, and then he's keeping that for a spare for one of his cars. But these V8s go. And I had a guy telling me earlier that these center bolt valve covers will bolt on the throttle body Chevy V8s out of like the 87 to 95 350s, the ones that have the throttle body on top. Center bolt valve covers. He says they bolt right on, so I'm going to do a little bit of research on that, see if that's true. If it is, I might hang on to some of those because that would be neat to put on a Chevy. Well, since this is an absolute mud pit, I guess I got 1.5 inches of rain last night. I think we're just going to back the truck out. I've got my tilt trailer, so I'm just going to drive around and back up and grab that Avanti out of that shed. And then Sean's got his trailer with him, so we'll probably just load up some of these pieces we cut off that are kind of laying around in the way. There's some cab backs over here, and then over there in that tree row, there's a few good pieces we want to hang on to, so I guess he can just back down in there and we'll just load up a quick load of stuff, take it on home. Got it loaded up. We'll run a strap across those to hold those on. I was planning on just setting a junk car on here, but this works. But this is the cool part about this car, is it has a special vehicle plate. I've always wanted one of those, and I've never had one. There was one on eBay here a while back that I tried to buy, but it went for, I think, $100, something like that. Check out inside. Still nice shiny paint. Ooh, what do we got here? Let's see what we got in here. Looks like goodies. Little clip, some Bayer aspirin. Your smoking hurts my lungs. Huh. Interesting trinkets. So this body's fiberglass, like I said earlier, and evidently it must have had a couple holes in it or something, and they patched the corners. This one here, they used a Rocky Top orange soda can. And this side over here, they put in some sort of cola. Peak of refreshment. So that must be another Rocky Top over there as well. So that's pretty interesting. We are loaded up and ready to go. Ready for the ride home. The car's a little bit further back than what I would normally haul a car, but this car doesn't weigh nothing. Most of the weight is in the front half of the car anyway, so it'll tow just fine. The hood opens in reverse, and the bolts are all gone out of the hinges, so I had to run a strap over that. I did make it very tight, just tight enough to keep it from blowing up in the wind. And then we threw this fender. Somebody started repairing, never finished. If you look at the back side, it's pretty solid. It's not all rusted out and stuff like that, so somebody will use that fender. That fender is very fixable. There's a couple of rusty junk doors. Those are just yard art, wall art, whatever. And then a seat. This nose was already in here from the other day. Oh, and then a thing of headlight buckets and whatnot like that. So that's my load. We're gonna go stack some stuff on Sean's trailer now. Here's some noses that he cut off and got them painted and all that sort of stuff. Well, the one's not painted, the other ones are. But those there are actually set up to a light sensor to where at nighttime the headlights come on. So that's pretty cool. He's got a lot of cool signs on his building. These aren't for sale, but check out this one over here. I really like this one. I collect sunflower stuff, signs and license plates. State of Kansas class, official vehicle inspection station. That's pretty neat. We're gonna go through here and grab these cool fenders and hoods and stuff like that real quick. There's a few trunk lids, that fin, that sort of stuff. There's another nose, some radiators. Gather all this up, take it home. All right, we are loaded up. Got a little bit in there. Got the trailer pretty loaded up. We have a little bit of room. We could pack more on here if we wanted to, but I think there's one more bullet nose hood up there by the building we might grab while we're here. But some of these things, like these fenders here, these are probably off an early 50s model. They're rock solid. We'll try one time to sell them to somebody to use, and if that doesn't work, then they become wall art. And there's another one. It's down here on the bottom. This is one of those bullet nose fenders. Super nice fender, but once again, it's got really good look to it. If nobody wants it for their car, it'll hang on the wall just fine. Another grill, international doors, more hoods. And I'm making him do all the work while I'm standing here talking on the phone. And I found these as well. A pair of vintage tow hooks. Anytime you have a pair of tow hooks, they always sell really good. Those are an easy package. Wrap it in cardboard 2 times, drop it in a flat rate envelope, good to go. Got another bullet nose hood. There's a grill hanging on the wall. Check these out. Still have the bullets on them and everything. That's pretty cool. Just laying down here in the mud, you just never know. Oh yeah.
Good shit.
Yep, not roasted out yet. Why don't you take it?
Very unique.
And then there's down here, there's a nice airplane hood ornament. Another Studebaker or Silas, depending on what S stands for. There's another bullet nose hood back there and another radiator. I'm not sure if those go though or not. He didn't say anything about those. He said the stuff in here went, but didn't say, so I'll have to ask about those before I take those. Radioactive. We are on the road, headed out. Check out this car that's parked up here in this field. I think that's about like a 53 or 4 Chrysler Town and Country, somewhere in the early 50s. I could be wrong on the year, but it's a Chrysler.
You off, you can follow this.
Car is unloaded. I just dropped it right here in the road. Sean sent pictures to a guy, and the guy says, I want it. Or actually, no, he didn't even send him pictures. He just called him and said, this is what we got. Told him roughly what condition it was in. He made an offer, said, sight unseen, this is what I'll give you for it. I said, yeah, let's do that. And so he's from out east. He said he was going to drop everything he was doing, and he'd jump in the truck and the trailer, and he'd drive all night, and he'd be here first thing in the morning. So I'm just going to let it sit right here, and he can park right where I'm at, and we can drag it up on his trailer. It's a cool car. I'm glad I had the opportunity to have one. It's kind of a cool steering wheel in it. But I'm glad to see it going to a new home. Otherwise I would have had to set it out here, and it would get rained inside, and it would just sit out here for a while until I had a chance to sell it. Who knows when that would be. So I'm glad it's just here today, gone tomorrow. There's the ones we hauled home yesterday sitting over there. I haven't had time to take them out back yet. I was actually going to go ahead and wheel the car inside the barn over here just to somewhat keep it out of the weather. But since I'm not putting it in there, I'll probably go ahead and take this Dodge truck and wheel it in there instead. Didn't really want to put much in here. This building isn't the sturdiest. We did brace the roof up. I had a brace put in to hold the second story up better because it was starting to sag. So there's a good steel frame in here. I really don't think there'd be an issue. But this place is just clear full of junk I need to get cleaned out. One of these days, I started on it when I first bought this place, and then I just never got around to finishing it. There's a whole bunch of trash up here that needs hauled out. Bunches of trash all through here. It's all sorts of stuff. Bunches of tires over there I need to stuff in cars. This here was one of my first vlogs, actually. I recorded. We got this out of an old barn. That was out here when I bought the place. Would have been neat back in the day to see pictures of this place with old parts on all these shelves. All this clear full of engines and car parts and stuff. I'd love to find somebody that has pictures of this place back when it was in operation. Way back in the day. Then hopefully next Wednesday, if I do come out here and work next Wednesday, I'm not sure. Since Monday's a holiday, I won't be working. And so that's going to throw a day off of my schedule, and I really want to get that Studebaker cleanup done. So I may go ahead and just work there all week next week. Or I may work here, I don't know. We'll just kind of see how it goes, and we'll play it by ear. But I'd love to get all this cleaned up in this area here. Get everything stacked and ready to go. That way I can come in here with the crusher sometime next year and just wipe it all out and put it in bundles. But I'm going to go ahead and lock the loader up, park it, lock it up, all that sort of stuff, and head home, unhook my trailer. I'm getting a little bit tired. I've been staying up late in the night, early in the morning, to edit videos and stuff like that. I've sold a few things on eBay I had to package, and there's been other stuff going on, so I haven't gone to bed before about 12, 1 o'clock in a while, and I get up at 6 every morning, so been doing that all week now. I'm starting to feel it, getting those 5 and 6 hours of sleep at night. So I'll let y'all go. Hope you guys enjoyed this one. If you did, hit that thumbs up button. And remember to get out there and find an adventure. We'll see you next time.